Recently, a Pennsylvania woman became infected with a very rare strain of E. coli, resistant to all of the antibiotics in our arsenal, including our last resort drug, colistin. E. coli is a bacteria which is widespread in our environment and living in our own guts, but when there is an overgrowth of it in a person or animal, it can cause serious illness, even death, and requires antibiotic treatment. This is the very first case of colistin-resistant E. coli in the United States, and according to the director of the Centers for Disease Control, it is the end of the road for antibiotics unless we act urgently. Though we don't know how the woman got the infection, we do know that the one other place where colistin-resistant E. coli bacteria have been found is in pig intestines, and currently the USDA is trying to figure out what farm that pig came from. It's not surprising that a pig farm could be a source of the bacteria, since according to the CDC, 1 in 5 antibiotic-resistant infections come directly from germs on food or animals. These so-called superbugs are no joke. The CDC, the USDA, the Pennsylvania Department of Health, and even the military have been investigating the case in Pennsylvania, and similar cases of antibiotic resistance are on the rise. Why the sharp increase? To meet rising demand for cheap food after World War II, the U.S. developed factory farms.
Farm research has led to the control of disease, improvement of breeds, advancement of production.
These farms are like meat assembly lines. They cram high volumes of animals together and deny them adequate veterinary care, creating the perfect breeding ground for disease, which runs rampant in unsanitary factory farms. To control the spread of disease and to promote growth in the animals, factory farmers use antibiotics, and they do so at alarming rates. In fact, more than 80% of the antibiotics sold in the United States are given to farmed animals, not people. And these are the same drugs we need to treat human illnesses. Many studies have shown that antibiotic use on farms promotes drug resistance. For example, in 1995, the FDA approved the use of an antibiotic called ciprofloxacin for poultry production. You may have taken this drug, commonly called Cipro, if you've ever had a bacterial respiratory tract infection or urinary tract infection. By 1999, nearly 20% of chicken breasts sampled contained Cipro-resistant bacteria. Today, antibiotic-resistant bacteria are widespread in the meat supply. Consumer Reports studies have found that 83% of supermarket turkey samples and 57% of chicken samples tested contained antibiotic-resistant superbugs. We have relied on antibiotics since the 1940s to keep us healthy, but now many organizations agree that animal agriculture threatens the drug's effectiveness. Already, 23,000 Americans lose their lives each year to antibiotic-resistant infections. There's no doubt that we will continue to see cases like the woman's in Pennsylvania, and worse, if we don't clean up our act. So what's the best way to protect yourself from superbugs? And what can you do to help stop the spread of these bacteria? Just leave meat off your plate. You'll reduce your risk of coming into contact with deadly superbugs, and you'll help reduce demand for a product that threatens human health.